Hey guys, how's it going? WirelessHotShot here, and in this video I'm going to talk about the Apple event that's been scheduled for March 2nd, which is in just a week from now, which is Wednesday, March 2nd, 2011. And there's a lot of speculation what this could be, but obviously big hint is the iPad 2. We've been waiting since about January, late January. We were hoping that there would be the event, but it's now almost March and they're just going to hold the event. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about what some of the specs of the iPad 2 might be able to hold. First of all, it's going to have the same screen size but pushed in edging. And what I mean by that is the black rimming around the iPad. It's going to be pushed in a little bit so that you have more screen but less of that black edging. So it's a little bit smaller but just the same screen size, which would work out perfectly. It's going to have possibly a mini USB port, and people have been speculating whether this is going to be a SD card reader or a mini USB. I'm going to say it's a mini USB because it's more possibilities, plus it's a lot smaller than an SD card. There's been a lot of talk about if the iPad 2 is going to have a 32-pin connector on the side of the iPad so that when you dock it, you can have it in landscape, not just portrait. That would be kind of cool, but if they're adding a whole bunch of these mini USB ports and dual ports, it's going to be a big mess, and Apple usually isn't like that. They like to keep their stuff a lot simpler. And then the biggest thing of all is that the iPad 2 is going to be lighter and thinner, plus a longer battery, which is pretty much known. And up there with that, we're going to have a faster processor, probably even dual core. I don't know if they'll be dual core. More typically, it's going to be a dual core in the iPad 2 rather than the iPod Touch or iPhone. And I'm guessing it's going to be a 1.2 gigahertz processor. It's also going to have a better speaker. It's known that it's going to have a gyroscope because all devices like this are getting gyroscopes. And unfortunately, we're guessing that there's going to be no Retina display. Even though it'd be really cool for the iPad to have a Retina display with that large 9.7-inch screen size, it's going to be just too expensive. And hopefully in the iPad 3 we'll see that Retina display coming forth. Now, possibly the biggest thing that everyone wanted on the iPad 1 was a camera, and unfortunately we did not get a camera at all. And it's pretty much known that the iPad 2 will have a front-facing camera, at least for video conferencing, which is Apple's FaceTime. Along with the front-facing camera, I'm guessing they're going to have a rear-facing camera with 720p 5-megapixel still images, just like the iPod Touch or iPhone 4. Now, the current iPad is on AT&T's network. You can have 3G model and connect it to the AT&T 3G towers. But I believe with Apple's recent partnering up with Verizon, they're going to extend that 3G not only to AT&T, but they're going to have it for Verizon as well. So if you get an iPad, you'll have the option to get that on just a Wi-Fi only, 3G for AT&T and a 3G for Verizon. Possibly even 4G, because both networks just recently came out with their 4G networking. Even though my predictions are pretty good, we will not find out the true details until March 2nd at 10 a.m. I'm guessing Pacific time, because that's in San Francisco where they're holding the event. So until next time, this is WirelessHotShot. Thanks for watching.